Hello and welcome yet again to another edition of the Savage Instincts YouTube channel. Hey, today we're going to talk about something a little different. I know I've been dropping a lot of gameplay videos, a lot more skits, but I do think that it's time for us to talk about some different things because, hey, I have ideas and I'm going to share them with you. Or you could just click off the video. Guess what? It's your choice. At the end of the day, there are some interesting things going on in the world. Like, for instance, somebody who I've been following for a long time, for better or for worse, is the Liver King. Now, some of you may have seen him on your TikToks or social media. I don't personally use TikTok. However, he's definitely on there eating raw meats and looking completely shredded with massive biceps, a massive chest all year long. And that's kind of what his brand promotes. The Liver King is somebody who has been on several different platforms saying that he has never used performing enhancing drugs.
So this is what I say to people that make this accusation. If you don't believe this is possible, then I suggest that you take that self-limiting belief, you put that shit in a fucking box and you bury that next to all your embarrassing shit and don't open your fucking mouth about it. Let that live with you.
And recently, thanks to More Plates, More Dates, the host Derek received an anonymous email from somebody saying that he was definitely on PEDs the whole time and actually showed some leaked emails that shows that he uses over $15,000 of gear monthly to make sure that he achieves the look that he has. Of course, we have Sam Bankman-Fried, who just got busted for FTX and, basically selling people a coin that was useless and making off with the money while shuffling funds between Alameda and FTX, right? So he got caught for that. And it got me thinking with all these public figures. And, I was also thinking about Andrew Tate as well, another one who got taken down for some sort of sex trafficking scandal as well. When you put all these people together, right, and these are all people that have happened recently within the past year. I know it's kind of crazy, the year's almost over. All these things have happened within the past year, and then you start to think, like, what is going on? Why are all these people being caught for saying that they're one person and doing another thing? And it led me to believe that we live in a crisis of integrity nowadays. With the growth of the internet being as fast as it is, I just don't think that our human brains are able to keep up with the constant barrage of new and challenging information that we're faced with on the daily. And when you look at someone like the Liver King, who's preaching something sexy like ancestral living, saying that you need to walk around barefoot in the sun and eat bull testicles in order for you to look like he does. I mean, how long do you have to process the information when you're barraged by it? The man went on a solid marketing campaign, pumping tons of money into, putting these ideas into your head. And with all of us living our day-to-day lives and going to work and going home, how often do we have time to really vet these claims that people are giving us? Same thing with Sam Bankman-Fried, with the whole FTX debacle. Right? He was just here feeding people information, telling people that his funds were there when they just clearly weren't.
Do you still have enough cash if you needed to do another bailout?
Yeah, we did. And we try to keep that on hand. Like, we try not to empty the coffer, so to speak.
Playing League of Legends while pitching people and getting millions of dollars as a result. And if you don't believe me, that's a real story. You can look it up. And it just makes me concerned about our future. This isn't something that I have an easy answer to. It's just something that calls into question, how do we know when we're getting good information? This is timely because a lot of the times I think about people like Bad Boy Beeman or Headband in the gaming community who are constantly calling out people for cheating.
Streamers wouldn't cheat. Hang on. Yes, they would.
And the truth is, we must know that there are at least some cheaters in the gaming community, right? It's just like if you were to talk to Michael Hearn, he says he's not on steroids, but pretty much every fitness influencer believes that he's on steroids, just like every fitness influencer believed that the Liver King was on steroids. One we had proof on and one we kind of know. Same thing with the gaming community. We know that there are cheaters out there. Why? Because they've been caught. These cheaters have been caught before.
Wait, what the fuck? Clara!
And it's not like we caught all the cheaters. These are just the people who were, careless with what they did. But what about the people who do things that are obvious yet we can't prove it? And I think that our world is surrounded by people like this, and it's a difficult thing, right? To try and find out who's real and who's not. And there's no easy answer, but I'll just tell you this. Look at my room. Look at my room right now. It is messy as hell. Bruh. I'm a real person, right? One thing that I pride myself on is my integrity. Now, there's privacy and then there's integrity. I don't have to tell people everything. But the one thing is that if I don't want to tell you, I'll tell you I don't want to tell you. But what I won't do is lie about it. I won't lie about who I am, because when you lie to people about who you are, you sell them a fake product like the Liver King, telling people that the only way to get his size and to look like him is to abide by some 9 ancestral tenets, when really it's just to pump your butt full of human growth hormone, testosterone, cypionate, and DECA, or was it DECA? Whatever it was, I don't know, it's a long list. You can look it up on More Plates, More Dates. This guy was filled with all sorts of performance enhancing drugs. So it's just a cautionary tale to people. You know, when you're getting advice off the internet, take it with a grain of salt, including from me. You know, I'm just a guy after all, right? You don't know who I am. I could be the next murderer. I'm not. But anybody could be anybody. So I think it's important that, you know, we measure out what it is that we're getting from people and that we are careful about it. So this is my promise that I will continue with integrity with the things I do. I may be private in some of the things I do, but what I won't be doing is outright lying about the truth. And if people lie to me, I like to call it out, right? One thing that I've always liked about Joe Rogan is that he never takes anyone's bullshit. At least he'll at least question it and be like, that's interesting. But he won't take bullshit if he doesn't believe in it.
Horse dewormer's not a flattering thing. I get that.
It's a lie. It's a lie on a news network, and it's a lie that's a lie that they're conscious of.
And I think that that's an important thing to do. Even if you don't have all the information, to be able to keep your mind undecided and to be able to be open to new information while not holding it as your own ideal and not being dogmatic about it and not just jumping the gun and just believing anything that comes into your head. I think that's a unique skill that like people need to be able to work on and develop, especially in the 21st century with all the different information that's being put in front of us.